What's up, y'all? This big Killzown in the building. Black nerd brothers. I'm out here at my nephew baseball game. Come on, big dog. But yeah, you gotta. Y'all see what the title of this one is. You gotta spice up your girl life. Spice up her life. You can't be born. And a lot of nerds, you know, most women don't matter if they're a good girl, if they're a ratchet chick, you know, they're classy or ashy. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Women like to be surprised. Women like to be adorned. Women like to be taken off guard. So you can't be born with her. Meaning that it can't always be about you. First of all, you got to think of her all the time. Even when it seems like you don't think about her, you got to think about her. Especially if she a black nerd sister, you know what I'm saying? You gonna have to. You think it's easier, but it's actually harder because you're not really tripping off of. You're not really tripping as much because you got her in your comfort zone. You know, in a comfort zone. But women need to often be reminded, even if you single, married, whatever. You need to make sure that you're spicing up her life. You gotta do stuff. You gotta catch her off guard. You gotta make sure that you keep her enticed. You can't always do the same thing. Even if y'all homebodies, you gotta do something at the crib to change it up. You gotta, you know, make her feel special. You know what I'm saying? And it's the little things, but it's also the things that you take the time out to think about and do. You gotta make sure that you gotta make sure you really prepared too. Like you can't be half doing it. You feel me? You can't you know, not be you can't not be considerate. You feel me? You gotta make sure that you keep your head on a swivel when it comes to dealing with your girl, because you're a black nerd brother. You're not supposed to get the chicks, man. You're supposed to be out here getting the money, and you know, the broke dudes, the hustlers, and the dudes with that mad game, which that ain't you, or it could be you. But even still, you wasn't focused on women early in life. You was focused on having a life. So now you got the paper, you got the power, and now you're trying to figure out how to get and keep. This is how you keep the woman. You see. She don't want no square. Most women say they want squares, don't want squares. And the women that don't want squares, don't want squares. So you got to make sure that you doing what you doing and spicing up her life. You know what I'm saying? Not her night. The Taco Bell say spice up the night. You spicing up her life. You gotta make sure that you keep her on the brain. You can't just be talking it. You gotta be walking it. You feel me? So, you know. Follow me on Instagram at DJKillzownJones, because I'm going to show y'all how I gets down. You feel me? So, what else, man? Am I covering everything? Am I covering everything? I think I'm covering everything. But, yeah, man. Dang, I better smoke him. Okay, yeah. That's what I was going to say. That's what I'm talking about, baby. But, yeah, man, you got to, you know, even when you feel like, don't try too hard. You just got to do stuff and do it out the kindness of your heart, man. Take time out, plan it, put it together. Make sure that you really being thoughtful. You feel me? Make sure you really being thoughtful. Make sure you really taking the time out. Make sure you really planning and putting in that work to spice up her life. You know what I'm saying? Bring her something up at work, and don't, you know, do little stuff like that. You know, bring her something, pop up on her. You know what I'm saying? Don't be corny at work. Don't embarrass her. You know what I'm saying? And you bring her a little something. Give it to her supervisor, or bring it into her. You know, be real brief. Don't be extra and animated. You know what I'm saying? Make it quick. Or, you know, it could be a little simple thing is, you know, sliding or something on the PayPal, you know what I'm saying? If this your chick, if this you still in the beginning stages, you know, you simping. And the girl, that she'll play the role if she can get that paper, you know what I'm saying, to get her something to eat or get her somewhere to lay her head down. You feel me? So don't do that too early with most chicks. You know, you gotta be creative and you gotta make sure that you feeling the chick out, because a lot of chicks, you know, a lot of and men too, we do this too. We like to put our game face on, and when we put our game face on, we doing in the early stages till we get you. So once you cuff, then we start feeling comfortable and we start doing things. We start making plans. We start making changes. So, you know, like I said, man, I'm gonna say it again. Spice up her life, man. Take her somewhere she ain't never seen. Do something for her that ain't nobody ever done for her. And don't ask, just do it. You know what I'm saying? And if you getting it in, you know what I'm saying? If you getting it in, but don't be asking her no, you know, am I big enough? Or do I do it for you? Well, I mean, you want to make sure she pleased, but you don't want to do it and make it be awkward. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you gotta really go in beast mode. You gotta take her all guard. You gotta show her what she really working with, and then scale it back. You know, well, no, that's sometimes the first time, and then sometimes after that, you gotta make sure you know what time she know what time it is when you get up in that room. You feel me? So, other times, man, like you gotta really feel her out, cause if you got her now, if she on the fence, or she tell you, you know, she got love for you, but she ain't in love with you, or you just feeling it, the feeling ain't mutual, or she ain't being appreciative, she always complaining, she always repining, she always whining and crying, she always talking about you on the internet, she always being petty, she always, you know, being messy, she always, she overbearing, she all up in your DMs and your comments, you know what I'm saying, she all on your social media, she geo-tagging, searching, Facebooking, you know, Google mapping it, you know what I'm saying, FaceTiming you, back to back to back to back. Like, you gotta, these warning signs, man, you gotta do it. But when you got a chick, you gotta spice up her life, man. You really gotta do it, because I'm gonna tell you, if you don't do it, you know, Lil Pookie and Ray Ray and them, and Tyrone and Jamal and them down the street gonna do it. You feel me? You know, especially if you know what I'm saying, especially you reel the end with your nerdiness, man. It is rare. You know, but spice up her life, man. Really. You know, I'm gonna show y'all, man. Follow me on Instagram, man, at DJKillzownJones, at DJKillzownJones. There's DJKILL. There's 2 L's. ZOWNJONES. And this your boy, man. Spice up your girl life, man. Do it. Make it happen. Don't nobody like no boring, you know, no boring Norman. You feel me? This big Killzown. I'm out.